You think power is loud. You think intelligence speaks fast. You think dominance argues, explains, proves. That is why you lose. The most dangerous mind in the room is usually the quiet one, the one who watches, the one who reacts slowly, the one who lets others reveal themselves first. Nietzsche once wrote that people reveal their weakness not when they speak, but when they need to be heard. And most people are addicted to being heard. They rush to answer, rush to defend, rush to explain, rush to impress. And in that rush, they expose their patterns, their fears, their needs, their limits. The silent observer collects all of it. This is how silent power works. You don't outsmart people by talking better. You outsmart them by needing less reaction. Look around any argument. The person who is emotionally invested is predictable. The person who needs validation is steerable. The person who needs approval is controllable. Words leak intention. Silence hides strategy. There is a reason interrogators stay quiet. There is a reason elite negotiators pause. There is a reason master manipulators ask short questions and wait. Because humans cannot tolerate silence. And when silence appears, they rush to fill it. And when they fill it, they reveal everything. Most men sabotage themselves in the first 5 minutes of interaction, not because they are stupid, but because they are uncomfortable being unreadable. They want to be liked fast, understood fast, accepted fast. Neediness makes noise. Strength is slow. You don't need to dominate the conversation. You need to control the emotional temperature inside it. Nietzsche believed that self-control is the highest form of power, not moral control, not social control, internal control. If your face reacts to every insult, you are owned. If your voice rises when challenged, you are owned. If your body tightens when judged, you are owned. Because now your opponent has a steering wheel. Silent thinkers remove the steering wheel. They let the other person drive emotionally while they navigate mentally. Most people think manipulation is about clever lines. It is not. It is about emotional asymmetry. One person reacts, the other records. One person explains, the other measures. One person tries to win, the other studies how they try to win. Guess who actually wins? There is a small behavior shift that changes how people treat you instantly. Delay your response by 2 seconds. Not awkwardly, not dramatically, calmly. When someone asks something, pause, look, then answer. That tiny delay signals processing power, emotional control, inner authority. Fast reactions look defensive. Measured reactions look dangerous because measured minds are hard to read, and humans fear what they cannot read. You've seen this effect before. The quiet man in the meeting speaks once, and everyone listens. Not because of volume, because of scarcity. Noise is cheap. Signal is rare. If you speak less, your words weigh more. But silence alone is not enough. There is stupid silence and strategic silence. Stupid silence is withdrawal. Strategic silence is observation. Watch micro-expressions. Watch tone shifts. Watch contradiction between words and body. When someone says, "I don't care," but their jaw tightens, you found leverage. When someone says, "It's fine," but their breath changes, you found truth. When someone laughs too quickly, you found insecurity. People speak with their muscles before they speak with their mouth. Most never notice this because they are too busy preparing what they will say next. The silent strategist prepares nothing. He watches everything. Nietzsche warned about herd behavior, how most people speak borrowed opinions and emotional reactions learned from others. If you stay quiet long enough, herd behavior becomes visible. You start seeing scripts instead of personalities. Anger scripts, approval scripts, dominance scripts, victim scripts. Once you see the script, the person becomes predictable, and predictable people cannot outplay you. Another mistake men make. They try to appear smart instead of trying to see clearly. Trying to appear smart creates performance pressure. Performance pressure creates mental noise. Mental noise blocks perception. Drop the performance. Your perception sharpens. You don't need to look impressive. You need to see accurately. There is a powerful social move almost nobody uses. Let people underestimate you. Ego hates this advice. Intelligence loves it. When people underestimate you, they relax their guard. When they relax, they leak truth. When they leak truth, you gain position. Never rush to display your full mental range early. Hold depth in reserve. Nietzsche admired masks, not as deception, but as protection for depth. He believed deep minds wear surfaces lightly so fools don't dig where they cannot understand. You don't owe strangers your full clarity. Let them meet your outline, not your core. Another silent advantage: ask questions that make people talk about themselves, not obvious questions, directional ones. What made you think that? What happened before that? How did you decide that was right? These questions feel harmless, but they expose reasoning patterns, and reasoning patterns reveal bias. Bias reveals blind spots. Blind spots are where influence works. People love talking about their decisions because it protects their ego. While they protect ego, they reveal structure. Structure is exploitable. Here is something uncomfortable. The more a person needs to be right, the easier they are to control, because you can predict their next move. Defend identity, give them a graceful exit, and they will follow your frame without realizing it. Never corner ego publicly if you want influence privately. Silent operators redirect. They don't confront head-on unless necessary. Water beats rock not by force, but by patience and angle. Most arguments are ego duels disguised as truth debates. Truth does not get angry. Identity does. If you refuse ego duels, manipulators get confused. Aggressors lose rhythm. Drama seekers get bored. You win by not playing their game. Control your face. This alone changes outcomes. Your face is a broadcast system. Most people transmit everything live. Train a neutral listening face. Not cold, not blank, calm, interested, unreactive. This removes emotional feedback, and without feedback, performers become uncertain. Uncertain performers make mistakes. Another silent tactic: never rush to fill conversational gaps. Silence is pressure. The one who breaks silence first usually concedes psychological ground. Try this once. Ask a question, then stay quiet longer than comfortable. You will be shocked how much extra truth arrives after the first answer. Humans edit themselves, then silence makes them unedit. That second layer is real. Nietzsche believed discomfort is a gateway to higher perception. Most people escape discomfort too fast and stay shallow forever. Stay 1 second longer than comfort. Insight lives there. There is also power in controlled unpredictability. If your reactions are always the same, people map you. Once mapped, you are manageable. Sometimes be warm, sometimes be reserved. Always be intentional. Predictable emotion invites manipulation. Measured variation creates respect, but never fake personality. Fake patterns collapse under pressure. Authentic restraint is stronger than artificial mystery. Let me say something directly. If you cannot sit quietly with your own thoughts, you will never outsmart anyone silently, because inner noise becomes outer leakage. Mental discipline comes from daily stillness. 5 minutes, no phone, no input, just observation. At first, chaos, then clarity, then control. Control inside becomes calm outside, and calm outside is intimidating without trying. We're just getting started. Next part goes deeper. Silent dominance, psychological leverage, reading intent, power positioning, and non-verbal control.